Good evening, good evening. Come on in. Good evening to Faith Shares family. Come on in the room. Say something so I know that you're here um, on on this beautiful night where I am. Not hot at all. Hey, Vern and Dr. C and uh, Carletta, thank y'all so much for coming in, and to my husband and to Darlene. Good evening. Good evening. We gonna talk a little bit tonight. Well, we talk when we come in on Friday. Um, I always say life is always lifing at the Washington's house. But it was some things that took place that really put me in a place of thinking and facing reality for so many of us. Just facing the reality that I think a lot of us don't face or look at. But come on in. I'll give a few seconds because y'all know I just jump right in and everybody can catch the replay. Um, I'm just glad that y'all took the time out of your busy schedule to even come on to Faith Shares Real Wisdom. And I am just so glad. Hi, Dr. Christine. See, both of y'all doctors got to see. So I called Caroline Gaston Dr. C. So I got to say Dr. Christine for you. Just come on in. Hey, Mother B and Prophetess Jones. Glad all of you that are coming in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We want to talk about tonight is activate faith for freedom. Activate faith for freedom. And I'm just hoping I can share some things with you, some revelations, some highlights, some nuggets, some things that may be like me because our upbringing and being the way we were taught and all of these great things. Um, I want you to look at it in a different, from a different aspect of tonight. It's really weighing on me to get some other things done. I'm working on some things, but now I am working on more when it relates to dealing with legacy, when it relates to dealing with my grands, my kids, those that after, I tell them I'm good for another 38 years um, to leave behind. So we want to talk, or I'm going to talk, and if you can relate to some things, or if you were taught some of the same things, please just put it in the chat or something, or if you leave tonight thinking differently, my task has been met, not only as a coach, but tonight as a coach, as a mother, as a awesome Black woman, as a grandmother, and all of this good stuff. I want us to think on tonight because literally it's going to take action. It's going to take discipline, and it's going to take a huge mindset change. It's going to take a huge mindset change. But I'm going to share, as I said, life is always life at the Washington's house. Just so much fun. I was one of those, just a great. I was laughing at myself. I said, "You better go ahead and give yourself the Mother of the Year award for just a couple of days." And I literally told myself that, laying and laughing at the same time because so much was going on. But there was an event that took place with my daughter, India. And she was going to um, Voc Rehab Learning. Um, she was going to job learning. She was going through this job learning thing and training. job learning training. That's what they call it, job learning training. So she didn't want to go. She never did want to go. And she said she didn't want to go. And I was telling her how it would help her with getting a job and learning how to deal with people and all of these things to get her to see that, it can really help her in those areas. And she was like, well, I don't want to go, but I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna try it. And she actually started on Monday. Yeah, Monday was her first day, and she went and she picked her up. She's like, it was all right. Then she went again the next day, and she had some things that she talked, and I am so glad that she will talk to me. And I asked her some questions, and kind of had her laughing. And then by yesterday, she was there, and I was home, and I said, I'm going to take me a nap. And the minute I decided to take a nap, my phone rang, and I looked and I saw her name, and I said, uh-oh. And I said, hello. And she said, Ma, come and get me. And I said, India, what's wrong? And I could feel her being real upset on the other end of the phone. And I was like, girl, take a deep breath, breathe, stay calm, tell me what's going on. I need you to communicate with me. And she started getting much more emotional. And I was like, okay, I really need you to take a deep breath. And she said, Ma, come get me. And then she started trying to tell me some of the things that what took place. And I said, okay, calm down. I am going to come and get you. And I did. Of course, I did, and I got there, and people was looking out the door, and I just went inside and told her to tell what lady to call me when she come out of the field. And while she was there, she began to tell me what happened. And I'm gonna get to this part. And she said, I will not be disrespected. You tell me about respecting people. And she was really upset. She said, you tell me about respecting people. And I did my best. But that man, he disrespect me. He said, because of what they were doing and whatever, he said, I ain't playing with your behind. Do this and that. She said, I asked him, who was he talking to? He's not going to talk to me like that. And I was like, okay, and what happened? And he said to me, well, you ain't got to be here. You ain't got to stay here. Call you a ride. And of course, you have to know my daughter. She said, I will. And she called, and I said, well, India. She was like, no. And the first thing I said was, India, you have to learn. This is just how people are. Okay, how many of y'all heard this? This is how people are. And when you're going to work on a job, and let me get to these points. When you're going to work on a job, believe me, everybody, I said, you can ask all these people. I started naming the people. I started naming people in the ministry, naming people that wasn't in the ministry. Ask them, have they ever been disrespected on their job? I said, and then she was like, yeah, but you tell me I gotta do respect, and this, I'm not gonna let him talk to me like that. I'm not gonna do it, bro. And she was going into the bro thing, and I said, girl, who's the bro? Mama, I'm sorry, but I'm trying to make sure I don't say nothing else. And I laughed because she's a very, very honest, a very honest child, and she's something like me. We don't really bite our tongue. But anyway, and she was going and she was really upset. And she just kept trying to explain to me how she was disrespected and in front of people and this and that. And I'm still telling her the same thing I was brought up on. Well, it's going to be like that because when you go to work, you don't go to make friends. You just go ahead to do your work and get your paycheck. How many of y'all been told that and taught that from young ages? You go there to do that and you got to ignore it. Learn how to ignore the person that's disrespecting you. Learn how to ignore the people that talking down to you. Learn how to ignore those who are looking down or throwing shade and all of this kind of stuff. So I'm going through that, and she said, "So you telling me all of y'all go through that?" She said, "Well, I'm not ready for that." And I said, "Yeah, that's how I go in the stuff in the work world. That's how it's always been." And she said, "Well, I might need a book to try to find out how to handle these kind of situations, but I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready." And I listened to her, and we went on about some other things, and she was talking, and she was saying this and that, and she was going on. And I listened to her. And after I got back by myself, the thing that was amazing to me, Dr. Christine, I began to just start looking over how literally the majority, I'm going to say 99.9% of us, was brought up not to just respect our elders, respect this one, respect that one. Always, we were brought not to talk back and all these great things. But that wasn't the part that got me, Janona. What got me was this is what we have been taught as a whole, especially our community, how to respect, because you know the saying, respect will take you further than money. And I still agree with that. But what we never talked about, how we were taught to be disrespected. And that thing really got to me, Debbie. We never discuss how literally in our community we were taught, I'm going to keep it real with y'all tonight, how to be disrespected, especially if we was going to work on these people's job. Nobody really talk about that. And when I was listening to my daughter, and I was like, yeah, she was like, no, I'm gonna have to do something else. I'm not ready for this. I'm not ready for the disrespect when you're telling me to respect. And of course, she said, in order to get respect, they got to give respect. You can't just talk to me like I'm nobody. And I was like, we have literally, as a whole, somebody can say I'm wrong, but I'm gonna prove me right. We have literally been taught about respect and how to give respect. And, you know, we tell our children that. But we also, when it came down to going out here in this work world or on these people's jobs, we have been taught how to take disrespect, or this is what we're supposed to expect to be disrespected. And we just supposed to take it with a smile and keep doing it because, yes, we didn't come to make friends. Yes, you got to pay your bills, okay? You got to pay your bills. So no matter whoever it is, they done talk down and you going to take it. We were taught this, so we thought that this is the part that's sad. We are the most smartest people in the world. We was taught how to stay on that job. That job, they say just over broke. I say job just often broke. Instead of just over broke, just often broke. People are just working and working and being disrespected, and you feeling this is the only thing I have. This is the only thing I can do, because in your mind, you're trapped to a job. And it gets better. Some people, if I was there, I remember when I was in Connecticut, I worked jobs. I didn't work one job. I worked 2 and 3 jobs, and I didn't even have a job. 2 and 3 jobs. And when I went back and I thought about it, I was like, okay, just often broke in slavery, just slaved to my job, and still wasn't on top. Yes, disrespect and mistreated. If you stand up for it, then you are wrong. Exactly. This is what has been so much embedded in us. We're gonna just keep it real. Y'all know I'm transparent. It has been embedded in us, and it's been embedded in us, and we embedded it into our children. It's like they go to school, and when they get ready to when it's time to graduate, or even before graduation, we're telling them about a job. We are never talking about being creative. We are never talking about I don't want to say never talking about, because you have a small few, and a small few that's saying that you can have your own business, you can own your own, you can create. But when we get, I'm going to just be switching, I'm just going to be, this is a conversation tonight. Then when we get, especially those of us that be on the spiritual side, or those of us that go to church, and we let me hit some of these notes. Those of us that go to church, and we be talking about how good and how great God is, and this is one of the things. He created everything. Okay, he created, so where's your creative power? What are you doing with your creative power? Because you are made out of his image. We're not talking about that conversation. We're still telling everybody, no, you're going to go get this job and you're going to do this. We're not saying, well, if you're going to work this job, go ahead and work it for this little while. But what do you want to do? What is your passion? What is your purpose? What do you want to do to be able to be your own boss, so you don't have to sit there and just be disrespected? And I don't care what color the manager is, disrespected and talked down to. Because at the end of the day, the only thing they want from you, is to get the job done. And I guarantee you, who's getting their value? Who's getting paid what they're worth? No. Then talk about that. Just take it so you can get that money and pay your bills, and everybody looking at what's going to come out of the next paycheck, because that one wasn't enough. And I'm sitting here saying, I can't say, oh, this girl is crazy, because she's right. Not only was I taught to respect, we were also taught and nurtured how to be disrespected. Keep your mouth closed, because you need that job. And you do. I'm not telling about that word. But what I am telling you, you're going to have to change your mindset, because we got a generation now that's not taking it. But not only, it's okay if you're not taking it, but I need to know, what is your create now? What those that know my daughter know one of the businesses she wants. We got to hold up on one part of it, but it made me start thinking the other part she can do, the other things that she can do with it. Because when I heard her in the back seat, and she was talking to herself, and she said, my head is all over the place. Mom, I'm trying not to say something, say certain things. I said, it's okay. I said, I'm proud that you feel that. She heard me and another lady talking about this book that the other lady had to do. She said, maybe I need this because I'm not understanding. And you're telling me all of y'all have been disrespected on a job? And my answer was yes. And y'all kept working it. And my answer was yes. And I'm like, wow. We go on a job, work like a slave, not getting enough. Then we go to church, and you don't have enough, but then you told, okay, give. Because this is the part that used to get me. You already don't have enough. So go ahead and sow that, because you can't be God's giving. Well, come on. You can't be God's creation. You can't be his thinking. Why don't you say, I need you to start thinking like your Father God. For those of us that we're saying the Almighty, the gods of all gods, our Father God. Start thinking of what can you do so that you don't have to stay on this job for 40, 50, and 60 years. There are people that's been on job almost 60 years, and they still just making it, and faithful to the house of God. Who's talking about the conversation of saying, what can you do? What do you need to do to make your own? What do you need to do to earn respect from others without somebody talking down to you and they knowing that you're going to take it because you need that money? You gonna take it because you need them bills. I mean, you need to pay on them bills because most people die with bills. What about so when she was saying, I'm not ready for this, I had uh gas and I had to laugh because she said, you want to set me up. And then she turned around and said, I only did it for you because I didn't want to do it. So when her caseworker called her and she said, what happened? And she tried to tell her some of it. And she said, well, India, I'm very proud that you advocated for yourself. And you did this and you did. She said, well, that was a grown man and he was disrespectful. And I'm not going to take somebody doing me like that, especially when I didn't do anything. He didn't try to see what was going on, why I didn't have the glasses on, the safety glasses, whatever. She said, and he's an adult. She said, he's an adult. He should have been able to talk to me, handle it, see what's going on. Instead, I'm the one that had to take the mature way. You just got to know my daughter. She said, I had to act mature enough to go ahead and take it, and I left out. Then when I went outside, I lost it because of how I was done and how I was treated. And I called my brother and I said, oh, she said, Mama, you're not going to take that right now. And I said, no, I'm not. I'm at that age. I know how a lot of us, when we hit 50, we say, I can say anything. Well, that's not my story. I did that way before. But I'm listening. And she said, Ma, you're not going to take that. She said, if somebody do you like that, you're going to be upset. And I said, and I'm always honest, you're right. Because I'm not going to take that. And I'm not. She hear me, I said, I'm not going to let you disrespect me. And I just stand there. But I'm like, who is pushing? What are you telling your kids? What are you pushing in your kids' head? Are we pushing the same thing that we have learned? Because and this is some of y'all know how to take it, and it's easy because most of us was taught how to think. The majority of the ideas a lot of us had did not come from you. It came from somebody else. I have a 10-year-old nephew. You can just say anything you want, but he wants it broken down, and it's gonna have to kind of go with his logic of thinking, or is this, am I accepting it? And if he don't accept it, he'll tell you why, and he has so many great points. Oh Lord, does he? Because he's literally thinking. And because of the way we were taught, when you start running into kids, or and I'm going to say kids because they're not our future, they're our now. And this is a thing. If we keep doing with the mindset that was cultivated in us, there won't be no future. Because you can see why all the robots are coming in. You have to allow and let them know. We need to be those ones that are pushing them and say, yes, this is a great example of why you want to be an entrepreneur. Excuse me. This is a great example why you want to be your own boss. Because when I came in the house, before I came in the house, her brothers heard her upset, and her brothers, her dad, all of them ran in the room, and her brother said she got to work for herself. She has to do a what's name because she's not going to take being disrespected. And when I sat and I thought about it this morning, who can blame her? Because I was disrespected for so many years. And Janona say a lot of the things we do is learn behavior. We have to deprogram ourselves. Janona, that is nothing but the truth. All day and night is learned behavior. We learned how to go and be disrespected, but yet we are some of the most respectful people, especially in our generation and the generation before and so. But we were taught that we had to take it. Why? Because we had to get that small paycheck and make it go as far as we can. And you have to put down everything just to get that. Because guess what? Oh, we good workers. But we need to stop. Look, we need to let our kids know you're better than a good worker. You are a creator. You are intelligent. I need you to know most of the things we're doing came from our people. Oh no, that's what we need to be telling them. You are so smart. What is something that you want to do? What do you want to create? Why? While we need to teach them what we didn't get taught. We need all the financial literacy as we can get because we know, yeah, because most of them don't have it. So we need all the education when it comes to money that we can get. They need to know, baby, you don't need that $300 shoe. You need that $300 to invest in your dream. If anything, you can make yours. We need to be doing that because we were brought up, and it sounds crazy, but I know it's true. We were brought up how to be respectful. We were brought up how to address and all this stuff. But we was also brought up like, keep your mouth closed. They're gonna say this and that about it. They're gonna talk down. They're gonna disrespect. They're gonna even lie on you. But you need that job. Oh, you need that job. You got to take it. You got to take it. So we didn't even sit back and think, this ain't right. Like, okay, I got to take it because I need this paycheck. I need this paycheck, but now I got to go get another job on top of this paycheck because I didn't get all the education I needed when it came to money. So I am in what they want me to be in. It's called debt. Because in order to get just a little some things, here we go. Yeah, it's not too late for us to come up out of this. Because this is the thing, if you got kids, you got grands, you got all this, you need to be putting into them, letting them know, yeah, I want you to be respectful. It is very important, but you cannot be a slave like we were. A modern day enslaved mindset, yes. Be creative and think outside of the box. Be boundaryless. Yes, Dr. Christine. And this is the thing. We need to make sure our kids don't even see a box. Not just our kids. We need to push not push, don't push the boxes aside because then they're still there. Destroy the boxes. Don't push them to the side. Do not push your boxes to the side because all you're gonna do is pull them back and get back in there to be comfortable. We had they had appreciation for me on Sunday, and one of my spiritual daughters, Carletta, she spoke on the 3 Ds, and it was disobedience, doubt, and disappointment. I don't need y'all to have no boxes. I need you to destroy these boxes because hey, I plan to be here for a while. I need to create. I need to create that which I didn't create. That I might can catch up, but baby, I can have a good time where I am and keep going forward. I can soar from here because of so many past experience. I don't have to walk. Yeah, we might have to teach them and do this, but I don't have to walk. It's time to soar high. But what are we talking? We're talking double. We're in our ministry should be telling everybody this is what you can do, or is this what you want to do, or you need to do? Because if not, you'll do like I had a grand uncle who told me, travel, do everything while you're young. Because I didn't know when I actually will retire, I will get sick. Sick from what? From working all those years on somebody else's job. working on somebody else's job to strict rules and everything else, waiting till they told me I earned a couple of days off. And we thought that was a big thing. Oh, I'm going to get paid to be off this week. You worked way more than for a week. They need to triple your check to give you that week off, because when you came back, you had to work even harder. It's a control system, a control society. You have to, and then you start over. You get tired of this job and you have to go to the next job. When you go to that job, you got to work how long before you can get time off? When something tragic happened, like if somebody died, okay, how close? It has to be immediate family. And then they'll tell you then 3 days. 3 days. I only give you 3 days to moan. I give you 3 days, my God, to take care and handle business. And those who have ever dealt with death know it takes more than 3 days to even make the arrangements and everything else that needs to be done. But our mentality, our mindset, the way we have been embedded in oh God, the way we have been taught, and it's like, it's okay, is that, yeah, I'm going to give my life to this job that don't give me what I am worth, what I am valued, but I have to do it this way. I'm not smart enough to step out on my own. You scared. It does not matter. Do it scared. Do it with fear, but don't let these babies go through the same things we went through. It's supposedly not supposed to be able to think clearly. My child thinks very clearly, very clearly. As they like to say, she's high functioning. No, she is fully intelligent. That's what she is. But she said, I'm not ready to. And she said, you're telling me all these jobs do this? Because I was telling her literally, and it's true, about every job. I don't care what kind of job it is. You're going to find where you might be disrespected. You're going to find where somebody going to talk to you out the side of their mouth. You're going to find all this. So instead of say, okay, let's see what you can do. What can you create? Why everybody, why not everybody, but why so many other kids, and we just make a big deal, and it is a good thing. But how come other kids can become millionaires and make all this money and our kids can't? Why? Because we were told, y'all can say what you want. You better get a job and you better keep that job. Then you don't even learn how to do it with the money. But I'm just gonna I'm gonna stay free. I ain't gonna free myself. I'm gonna stay free and help somebody else get free. And then you're gonna hear somebody say, you don't have enough money anyway, so sow that seed. Everything God made more than enough. When he created, let me tell you something, he had to ask nobody nothing. Everything he saw was needed, he did. He spoke it. He created. You are made out of his image. You are creative. But the thing is, you're not around somebody else that want to pull the creativity out of you, but they want to get all your money. Play with somebody else. Please don't come for Coach Faith. Because if I didn't send for you, you might be running back. We cannot keep this slavery mentality. Okay, I'm going to work, Pastor T, but I'm working so that I can put into my business why it is growing, so I can count the days that's going to take before I can walk off. And when somebody's here talking, y'all better not listen. You better stay right there. You ain't got time to create. Look how old you are. Well, okay. Okay. There is nothing like having so much knowledge and doing nothing with it. not applying anything. And I need y'all to understand something. People will tell you, "Oh, you got a good job. You got a good job." Hey, Mika, you got a good job, and they want to pull on you with your good job instead of saying, "Okay, what do you want to do? Um, what's something you can start to add more?" Not, oh, hey, Duchess, I need you. Oh, Duchess, you got a good job. Let me see what I can get out of Duchess. I almost said so. Let me see how much I can get out of Darlene. No, no. I'm going to sow a seed into my dreams, my life, my come on. I can't do it. Because when I thought about it, I said, my baby is right. You're telling me that no matter what job, I'm going to be talked sideways to or talked down to, and when she said, uh, you're telling me I got to take somebody say, I'm not dealing with your behind, do such and such, do what I say. Then she was telling me how I never Caucasian little girl, and she had some issues and stuff, and how she was talked to like she was nothing. And she was like, Ma, I felt for her, but she didn't know how to respond because she already had problems. Whether problems or not, she's still a human being. But that's how we talk to. Whether the massa is your color or the massa's another color. Talk down to get them to do. And it was something she said, I had to laugh, and I said, oh no, you experience a lot in a couple of days. You do what I say and get it done. Some of y'all can relate to going back and being talked to. We have been taught how to speak to people, how to talk to people, Shannon, how to have a conversation with folks. Oh, we have been taught this. Oh yeah, that's embedded in us. But then we turn around and was taught how to just sit there like a sad puppy when somebody beating down on you, when somebody threatening you about that job that's not paying you enough, that's keeping you just often broke. Yeah, that part. That part. Are we sitting? Are we saying, okay, now I'm tired. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of the disrespect. We talk about, I don't want my kids to go through what I went through. Okay, so how about getting together? Let's change it. How about I don't want my grands? It's not about buying all this stuff. It's about making sure your legacy, they're having a legacy. And it's not making everybody else rich and they remain poor. Break the cycle. It is a strategy to keep us to a certain point where, yeah, oh, we're gonna work. There's somebody saying some stuff. He crazy, say some stuff out the pocket. But guess what? Just think a little bit and be like, you know what? Because that's all we thought we have thought about. We are people look at us as good workers. Good workers. And we'll tell. I remember telling my son, he's 37 now. Go in there, do your work, be on time, come back from break early, and do this because somebody's always watching you. Somebody's always, and they was always watching him, but they were never watching him to put him in top management. I guarantee you that. They was watching him, but it wasn't for top management. And they would be like, oh, he's such a fine worker. You raised such a great young man. He's such a fine worker. Well, guess what? I'm tired. And I mean that I'm tired of we being just a fine worker. Somebody has already stolen about every idea that our ancestors and those other ones that we do during history of February talking about took their ideas and made billions of dollars on their ideas. and someone just kept telling us because they were afraid. No, you got something that can make you, it might not make you billions of dollars, but it can make you 100 and 200 and $300,000. I tell you that. It can do that. It can do that. Because you got to come to the point like, I am not going to sit around just let people disrespect me. And I'm not, where am I getting? Work yourself sick. Yeah. Ask the devil. Yes, Duchess, the fine work you to death and want to pay you pennies. Exactly. And then I know several people. Then you have your great ideas and you speak it around these people, and what do? They turn around and steal your idea. They get the promotion and you still sitting there like, what? And guess what you do? Look, guess what most of us do? Keep our mouth closed. You ain't gonna say that was my idea. This was my. You're not gonna challenge a person. Why? The majority of us won't challenge a person because you still need that job. I hope somebody's listening and I hope I'm helping somebody. But activate faith. That's what activate faith for freedom. Take action. Take action. I'm talking about when I say activate faith. You know, we said faith without works is dead. Faith without action is dead. Not making any motion is dead. Not making any movement, your faith is dead. Come on. If we start making, and I mean, you got to accelerate on this because you don't have time to just lay back. Things are changing in this world so fast, and you're going to have to do something. Sit down and say, what can't what they got coming do that I can do? Because I'm going to still let y'all know something. Let me give y'all a secret. Humans still will be needed. Humans will still be needed. What can I do? What can I do? What can I talk about to my kids to offer so that they can do this? Besides them being lost. Thank you, Ms. Robinson. What can I do besides letting them know how important it is to show them? Because yes, I say the same thing that you need a job, and I said this to my daughter, and what was kind of funny to me. She wasn't hearing them because, like she said, her mind was everywhere. She was doing a good job. I was proud of her. She was doing a good job, and she said, I said, if you don't work, you can't get stuff. How you gonna do this and that? And she looked at me and she said, well, I don't know, but I know I'm not gonna do that. But what she's saying is, hey, listen, I ain't been doing it. I'm in the house with you and daddy. I'm going to eat. I won't be naked. I won't be like, you're not gonna you're gonna say all of this, but I'm just not gonna go through this part to get that little bit of money. And she kept saying that little bit of money. She said, I know money is needed, but I'm not ready to go in this place. Sorry for all the knocking. I'm not in not just that place. And she said to me, I only did it because you wanted me to go through this thing. I did not want to do it. And then I listened to her caseworker had me laughing. And I was like, no, she's telling her the truth. She's telling her something that people didn't tell us. She said, India, you did say that. And I know you did it because your mother, and she said, not just your mother, I wanted you to get the experience because you need experience to go on these people's jobs so you know how to get through stuff and how to relate and all this kind of stuff. She said, but I am going to say this. Never just do something because somebody else wants you to. Think about what you really want to do, what kind of job you want, or because everybody know my daughters is always going to be about dogs. She said, what kind of career you want and the things that you want. And that's the thing we'll work on, what you want. Are you coming back in this part? No, I am not. No, ma'am. She said, can you write a letter? She said, I surely can to tell you everything that happened. And I was kind of tickled. She said, but right now, I don't want to think about it because it's just too much. It just happened. How many of us just doing stuff because somebody else wants you to do it? You don't have no passion, you don't have nothing for it. But because somebody else wants you to do it, or you feel you have no choice, you have nothing but choices. Oh, renege all day, every day. But take your ideas and run with it like it was there. And then speak to you and say hello. And sitting there and they know they're not gonna say nothing. They're not gonna say nothing. Or they're not gonna tell that that was their idea. We can't do that no more. Somebody making money off of your stuff, your idea. They not got they getting paid for something you did, you put together. And they're just like, she ain't gonna say nothing because she need this. I might, yeah, I need money, but what you're not gonna do is hold me prison any longer. Because this is the thing. It's time for freedom. I need y'all to activate y'all faith so y'all can really know what freedom is like. I need you to be free from more than sin. Okay, how about that? I need you to walk around free from more than this saying, I am free from sin. I'm free from this. I'm free. I need you to be free from more than that. I need you to experience that the Lord maketh rich and addeth no sorrow with it. I need you to experience that. I need you to experience nothing missing, nothing broken. I need you to experience true happiness within yourself. I need you to know that I don't have to go into these places and kill myself and I'm not happy, but I feel I have to because this is how it was embedded in me. And I, especially my 37-year-old son, he would tell you, headache, you're going to school. Headache, you're going to do this. And I always say, you're going to do this because the same thing that was told to me, because when you get a job, you can't stay home because your head is hurting. When you get a job, you can feel like you're about to die, but you got to drag your hip out there and you got to go ahead and work for them people. And I'm going to tell you, we don't tell them this, but we're going to say this. You're not going to get what you're worth, but just be happy and smile. Let them talk to you like you some little trash on the street, which they probably do better with the trash talking to it, and just smile. No, that's not what I want for my grands. No, let's start talking sense. Forget all of this rapper who this and that. What you can do? What are you planning to do? What are your plans? I got a nephew who he can give you the plan, and the boy ain't but 10, but he got plans. And he always say, boss, I'm going to be a boss and I'm going to treat my employees right. He's only 10, but he's been saying this for the last few years. So it's in him. I believe him. This is real. Because what are you doing? What have we been doing? We mostly think alike because we all told the same thing. Yeah, I know we get together and say, yeah. I mean, I can try. Yeah. Just saying that because I'm just going there for my paycheck and go pay my bills. Nobody ever said, child, I got them checks stacked up. I don't even need it. You don't have many people that say they stacking the checks, they don't even have to cash them. You don't have many people saying that's something to run around about. They just be like, oh, I'm just having this for that. Or I'm putting this whole thing aside. Not everything is gone. It's gone before you get the check. They say paycheck to paycheck. I'd be like, no, it ain't even paycheck to paycheck. It ain't enough in that check nor the check coming. Some of us ain't getting enough money in a month to handle all we need to handle. But you're supposed to be happy with that. No. Activate faith for freedom. It is time to literally be free, not just use the words. And then, my God, be we all like God. God did not put us in this situation to be bro. I don't know why I keep lighting up, but anyway. Um, oh, look at that. Let's take it as a sign. It's a word on this light, some light on this word. But no, let's do it. It's even in the word it says witty inventions. So many of our ancestors came up with so many things. And listen, even when I laugh every time, I remember when the ironing board didn't hardly cost anything. Now you can barely get a decent ironing board that's under $40. That was not, that was our idea. And we went and talked to the wrong people. And you know what? And they love it because they ain't got enough. They ain't got enough, and they ain't got enough sense to get with somebody that can just start it. Don't let our babies. Don't you stop. You stop. Because the worst thing to me is to see somebody retire and they're working a job because they have to. Not because they want to, but because they have to. That's a sad, sad situation to me. And you talk, an old lady told me, she said, I don't have no choice, baby. I don't get enough in my Social Security, in my Western. I was like, wow, I'm in pain. Lady at the bank, I done had so many surgeries, but I can't stay home because they're not going to give me enough. Dying on these people's jobs. Dying because you don't know who you are. You're thinking, I am not good enough. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. But we was told how to do this. But y'all can do what you want. But I promise you, as my daughter said to me, Mama, you're not going to take it. And I said, no, you right. Then she made me laugh and said, you think you're running the family? Oh, y'all, that I was like, now this is India here. She was like, you think you're running the family? Because you're not going to take it. And I said, I had to laugh and say, maybe it is, but we're going to work on that book so that you can know. Well, being a good mother, I can't sit there no more and be like, you're right. This girl is saying, well, I'm not ready for this. If you telling me every job I'm going to be disrespected, every job, somebody's going to talk down on me, every job, somebody's not going to like me, because y'all know that's what we heard. And we thought, ignore it. You're there to get your check. Nobody's saying, what can you do to make your own bag, as they like to say? What can you do? What can you create? What can you do that your side will end up becoming your primary? What you doing on the side end up becoming your primary because you believe and you start sowing into your own business instead of sowing into somebody else's car, sowing into somebody else's house, sowing into somebody else's designer. Yeah, designer stuff. And I'm going to say this because it's almost time for me to get off. Y'all stop letting these people who keep showing you stuff be like, okay, that's what I want, or which is intimidating to a lot of people. Well, I'm about to make all that to buy that house because I know that house is a few $1,000,000. I'm not even gonna be doing it. Don't worry about the stuff. Just you start getting the increase and doing the right thing with the increase. Like doing what you need to do with the increase, not getting increase and spending increase, not getting more and spending more. That's where financial education and stuff got to come in. Come in. When you get the increase, you got to put the increase to the side. But you know what most of us do? I can't help it. I had to spend it. You didn't even have it. So now why you have to spend it? When you didn't have it, you didn't have it to spend. Do the same thing. Keep doing the same thing you've been doing the whole time, and all the increase you're putting to the side because you're not gonna stay stuck in this rat race. You're not gonna stay stuck. You're not gonna stay at the bottom where they want you at. Things are changing and they're changing fast. They're changing fast. They're changing fast. You can jump, you can spit, you can roll, you can speak in 28 tongues. Things are still changing. And it's time for you to activate your faith, take action because you have faith so that you can literally live in freedom all the way around, not for a day, not saying, I feel free now. Freedom is more than a feeling. Let me tell y'all something. Freedom is more than a feeling. I can even tell you something my coach say, but freedom is more than a feeling. When you get yourself to a place where you don't have to be controlled by the narrative of what somebody else say and think, and they can't control you by their little couple of pennies, okay, this is when you can experience real freedom. When I am not controlled by what you say you can do for me because you know I can't do for myself, activate your faith. Let's take action and let's take it fast. Let's take action and let's take it fast. Just start thinking and do more than writing it. Do more than writing it. All right. The reason I started my own business, people think because you work for them, they can talk to you. Come on for my witness in here. If nobody else, Miss T. Robinson can say, okay, she talking right tonight. Start her own business. It takes faith to start your own business. Look, you ain't got time to be dealing with the fear. You just have to go ahead. And there is something all of us, including me, that's can do to bring in what I need, because I will not be controlled. Because when people feel that you need them, they'll do you all kind of way. They'll talk to you all kind of way. When they feel that you have no other choice, let me tell y'all something. Every last one of you who listening to me have a choice. Every last one of you have a way out of something you feel you stuck in. Every last one of us. None of us do not sit there waiting for somebody to hand it to you. Listen to me. I don't care what somebody tell me, and the spirit showed me, baby, let that, the spirit ain't brought it yet. Get your behind up. Do what you need to do for you. Don't look for somebody else to just come and hand it to you. You ain't failed. That one might that business might not have went the way you wanted it to go, but you tried. So now you know how to perfect it and do better on the next one. Stop hanging around people who is satisfied with the crumbs. Give me the cake or give me none. Now, I'm serious about it. I'm too old for the crumbs. Give me the cake, the whole thing, or give me none. So what I'm saying, girl, bake your own cake. I'm talking to me. If y'all offended, okay then. Oh well. Bake your own cake. Don't look for somebody to hand you the crumbs. Say, well, at least I got the crumbs. We're not talking about that story. I ain't that woman at the end of the table. Oh, they're gonna lie again. I'm not. No. Bake your own cake. That's what you do. Because it's time. Things are happening. I need you to activate your faith for your freedom. And it's not just your freedom, it's your children's freedom. It's your grand's freedom, your great-grand freedom. Those that I might not see again. Activate. I need them to know, no, you not gonna have busted veins and carpal tunnel in your wrist, and you're doing all this stuff, working like a slave, a modern day slave, a slavery mindset, because somebody told us that's the way we had to do it. Somebody told us, yes, you're gonna be disrespected, but you make sure you're respectful. Oh yes, you're not gonna get enough. So we think there's only riches for one or two people. Come on, y'all, stop playing. Who is your daddy? Who is your heavenly father? He didn't pick one or two people. And don't think we all not gonna do the same thing. My husband said that part, freedom is the realization of being empowered to call your own shots. What's in your mind and what's in your hand. Wow, that he just jumped on it, said that. So the question of the night, I'm gonna repeat that. What is in your mind? It's gonna bring you so much, and what is in your hand? What's in your hand? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You get increase, keep it. Yes, Dr. Christine, that is the part. Create lifelong legacy. We got to talk to her. Create lifelong legacy. My 18-year-old, soon to be 19-year-old son, and he's in school and he's doing HVAC. And I tell him, well, when we went the other day to get some of the tools, and then him and his father went to get the rest today, I told him, I said, when you look at all this stuff that don't look like nothing, when you look at it, you say, no, this is my money. This is my money. I said, you only gonna do a short time of getting training and experience under somebody else. But you look and say, this is my money. This is how I'm gonna make my money. I said, so you take care of what your money, because it's gonna be yours, because you're gonna have your own business. That's what you're gonna do. So when you get in that class, you better ace it. I don't care if it's only two black boys, you better ace it. Ace it. You might not have the experience, but you're about to get it. You're surrounded. Your mentor does it. You gonna ace it, because I don't even want him to think I'm going to work for some people for the rest of my life, and this is the money I'm gonna get. I was like, you know how much it costs when we call a man out? Just to look at our the central unit and stuff, just go on the side of the house and unscrew it. It must be just cost me $100. I say, you say, this is my money. I'm going and I'm gonna get it. I told him, yeah, because you apprenticeship, you be under somebody, all this good stuff. But I don't even want him to think, oh, I'm gonna do this so I can get on these people's job. No, you gonna bust your behind and get all this education that you can get on it. You gonna pay attention and do this stuff right. You gonna get some experience, and then boy, you walking out, and because to me he's going. You gonna walk out on your own. That's what you're gonna do. I don't care about these doggone sneakers and stuff. Why are you buying all these $300 sneakers? Do what you've been told by somebody, and he's doing that, and not just one thing. He's too young to focus on just one thing. And when I'm saying that, if you're going to create, keep creating and have your creations ready for when it's time. Boom, boom, boom. Not running in the room now I'm going to try to throw this together. Work on it. This is you. This is yours. Tell them that literally they can be their own boss. Don't make them think what we thought and what we went through. Tell them. Let our kids know. Let them start creating. Let them start creating and tell them that they can do it. Because I can promise you this. There's not a job I know that you got to pin on that will validate you. They'll give you a pen. They'll give you a little trophy, an award, and some might give you a small check. And I mean a small check and say, we appreciate you. All the years you have given us, and then I give you a pen and it ain't gold. It's just look like it's gold. And I give you a what's name, and they were on sale. This trophy I bought you was on sale. They come they don't cost us but a couple of cents. But this is what it would do. So you can be like, oh, look what they gave me. Okay, look what you gave them. Most of your life, most of your life, most of your life. And somebody, you don't have to agree. You want to do your life like that, that's fine. You want to barely be able to get along after you now work hard for these, that's on you. But don't let your kids go through that. Let's stop it. Let's stop telling them, okay, and we want to beat them down. Job, just over broke, just often broke. Just often broke slavery. We have jobs. We got so many women working 2 or 3 jobs. 2 or 3 jobs. And still can't see their way out. And you gonna tell me? Amen. Increase come, make sure that you know what to do. I am Renee, and you Renee, as they all say, and you a good worker. 27 years counting, and she says she's tired. She's tired. Like, wow. She should, and I mean, she's a good worker, and no lazy worker neither. Work hard. Gonna do what she's supposed to do. Duchess says, funny you mentioned all of this. Cicely Tyson became an actress late in life because she saw an older co-worker work her whole life to only get a gold watch for retirement. Ain't been real gold neither, y'all. Saw my granddaddy get his little stuff. I'm like, this ain't even real. Oh, because know your worth. Activate faith for freedom. Activate faith, your faith for freedom. Know what it's like. When you want to go, you can go. And then you know how to treat people. Because I'm telling you now, people are going to work, arthritis, they can barely move, rubbing down on everything they need to rub down in just to make it those 8 hours and some 12 hours. Just to make it. They're not. No. You all are better than that. Activate your faith for your freedom. I have surpassed my 1 hour. I'm now 1 hour and 9 minutes. But think about it. Talk, look, listen. Read it, write it, do whatever you have to do, but we have to make a change. We have to make a change. And I said, yeah, it had to happen because I was like, I had to sit and listen. I was like, okay, God, this, you know what, literally, this is how we've been. We have been trained to keep the prison doors shut on those people's job. Yeah. So I ain't never been in prison. You stuck on them people's job. You go when they tell you to go, and you come when they tell you to come. That's prison. It's time. The door's open now. Walk out. And understand, I'm not saying quit your job. I'm talking about in your mindset. No longer be imprisoned in your mind about what you cannot do, what you cannot have. Make what's in. Because look, I spread wisdom. I don't spread dumbness. Okay, know that. So we're not talking about go get off your job because I'm not coming to pay none of y'all bills. You got to pay up. So and that's why we work to pay bills. You're not getting ahead. Do what is necessary to create wealth and leave a legacy for your loved ones, your kids, grandkids, and great grands, even the ones you may not never seen, but they will remember that legacy that Faith left. And be like, this is what she was talking about. Knowing your worth, knowing your value, knowing your worth, not waiting for somebody, because you're going to be disappointed. I promise you. So thank you all that came, for all of those that watch. But I really need you to activate faith for freedom, to really be free, to really be free. Now, like, let me look and see. Oh, I still got to put in about 10 more weeks before I can get a full week to go enjoy myself. And most people can't even go nowhere because they don't have enough. So some of us close to retirement, some of you are retiring. You don't want to retire in pain. Just think about it. These are not even nothing way out there. Who wants to retire in pain? Who wants to retire? There are some people, y'all, that's literally waiting to retire to have surgery to fix their body. Because they got to go to work. They can't do it because they can't take that time off. So you gotta. I'm not even gonna talk about that tonight because that's a whole nother subject, and it's real. That's a whole nother subject. How you gotta put off your health for a couple of dollars because you can't afford to miss work. And you want me to believe that's the way God wants you to live? Not so. Not so. So thank you. I need everybody to activate their faith. Everybody to activate their faith. I'm talking to me too. Activate, activate, activate. Talk to your children, talk to your grands so that they don't keep that. Let them start thinking, asking them what are they thinking about. Ask them because right now all of them just know a phone and what they see others people putting out there that's not going to help them. I'm talking about what they're watching and all the foolery and the foolishness. No, that's not what we want for. That's not what we want for them. We need them to know that they are highly intelligent. And if you could create something in the next month, what would it be? Those starter conversations, because it's real, and they need this, but they need to know that we are on their side, literally. So thank you. Institutionalization is not the bit. Renee, you ain't never lied. Institutionalization is not the business. Let's go for freedom. Activate your faith for freedom. And I am so for everybody. And Robinson, I am proud of you. Girl, didn't even know that. I'm proud of you. Proud of you. And guess what? Nothing's missing, nothing broken, and ain't no lack. I guarantee you that. Why? Y'all get rid of the boxes. Do not push no boxes aside so you can jump back in and be comfortable. No. Destroy the boxes. They say thinking out of the box is no longer surrounding you. No longer surrounding you. Open. Everything's right there. Let's get it done. I love all you guys. I want the best for all of us. I want the best for all the young people and middle-aged people and older people, because nothing is never too late. And we need to be to the place where we can enjoy our life, like literally enjoy our lives. Activate your faith, please, so you can really see what freedom is like. Nobody has you cuffed anymore. You can literally say, break every chain. Break the chain. Break that chain of poverty and break that chain of a slave mentality. No longer will we have that. I speak that. No longer will we have that. Whatever you have to do to just start bringing in change, do that. Do that. Have a great weekend. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your life, guys. I'm so serious. Start enjoying life. We can't just sit up here and worry about everything. Enjoy. Thank you, Duchess. Thank all of you for being and sharing with us on tonight. Have a great weekend. Hey, Queen Risa G, Elder Prophet. They won't stop calling me about that prayer. The other day, they said, "Who that lady?" I said, "Elder Prophet." So y'all be free. I'm telling you, the way we've been doing it is not the way God intended. I'm gonna tell you that. Man haven't had a ball off of it, but we gonna stop. And that's on both sides of it. So activate your faith for freedom. Faith sharing real wisdom. I love you. Share, like, subscribe, all of those good things, and just share. Encourage somebody else that might not get on. It's okay. Encourage them. Like, come on, let's get this done. Let's get this done. We done had wasted so much of our lives and not truly happy. It's time to have a real smile on your face. Let's go for that freedom. Activate your faith. Activate your faith. Do it today. That's right. Whom the Son is set free is free indeed. So that goes to show you, if you free indeed, I don't care if you give $10,000, you ain't gonna get no freedom. He let you be. That part. So anyway, love you guys. Use what's in my husband Apostle had put in there about your mind and in your hand. Let's get it done. And guess what? Don't be afraid to do something new. Don't be afraid to do something new because that's what we're going to be doing. Let's do something new and let the new show out and show off. Love you guys. Have a great night.